Imagine a player who turns every dribble into a symphony and every shot into a masterpiece. James Harden isn't just a basketball player, he's an artist, rewriting the rules of the game with each move. From his signature step-back three to his unshakable confidence, Harden has become a global phenomenon. Yet beneath the stats, the records, and the accolades lies a journey of grit, perseverance, and transformation.
Again, through a little bit. Double team on James. He dribbled right out of it. Turn with the left hand.
Someone call someone, because there's a cleanup on aisle 3 as a man is down.
Under 2 to play. Harden, step back, puts up the 3, got hit, shot's good, and one! James Harden double team, and a chance for a 4-point play.
How does it look from court angle? Oh no, oh no, oh no, that's not good.
3 of 7, Thompson's defense there. Step back, 3, down, hard! He's done it again!
Born on the 26th of August, 1989 in Los Angeles, California, Harden's path to stardom wasn't written in the stars, it was carved out of challenges. Growing up in Compton, a neighborhood often marred by gang violence and adversity, Harden found solace on the basketball court. But his early years were far from easy. Nicknamed Lucky by his mother, Monya Willis, after surviving a series of miscarriages, Harden was seen as a miracle from the start. His childhood was a mix of contrasts. A boy battling asthma, struggling to keep up in pickup games, yet obsessed with perfecting his skills. He wasn't the fastest or the strongest on the court, but he had something rare, a deep understanding of the game. Harden's love for basketball became his sanctuary, keeping him away from the streets and drawing him towards something greater. By the time he reached high school, Harden's focus and drive began to shine. At Artesia High School in Lakewood, California, he quickly established himself as a dominant force. In his senior year, he led his team to a 33-2 record and a state championship, earning recognition as a McDonald's All-American, an honor reserved for the nation's top high school players. But Harden's rise wasn't just about talent. It was about transformation. As a teenager, he experienced a dramatic growth spurt, reaching 6'5". Coupled with his relentless work ethic, his game flourished. Harden wasn't just scoring points, he was orchestrating plays, displaying a basketball IQ that left scouts in awe. His success at Artesia earned him a spot at Arizona State University, where he'd continue to defy expectations. But the journey wasn't always smooth. Harden faced skepticism. Some saw him as a player without elite athleticism or explosiveness. What they missed, however, was his uncanny ability to adapt and outthink his opponents. At Arizona State, Harden quickly silenced the doubters. In his sophomore year, he averaged 20.1 points per game, showcasing a blend of scoring prowess and court vision that made him a nightmare for defenses. His performances earned him PAC-10 Player of the Year and All-American honors. Scouts couldn't ignore him any longer. As the 2009 NBA draft approached, Harden's stock was on the rise. But even then, questions lingered. Could a player who thrived on intelligence and finesse succeed in a league dominated by sheer athleticism? Harden was about to answer those questions and redefine what it meant to be a superstar. When James Harden stepped onto the NBA stage in 2009, the world didn't quite know what to expect. Selected as the 3rd overall pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder, he joined a young, promising roster that included Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and Serge Ibaka. While most rookies drafted this high were expected to be immediate stars, Harden's role was different. He wasn't a starter, but a 6th mana position that required patience, humility, and relentless dedication. At first glance, Harden's game didn't scream superstar. His style was unorthodox, more about finesse than flash. But beneath the surface, he was a master technician, always one step ahead of defenders. In his rookie year, he averaged a modest 9.9 points per game, showing glimpses of the brilliance that would soon become his hallmark. But it wasn't until his third season that the NBA started to see what Harden was truly capable of. Coming off the bench, Harden became the Thunder's secret weapon. He was the spark that turned close games into victories, the glue that connected Durant and Westbrook's explosive talents. In the 2011 to 2012 season, Harden averaged 16.8 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game, earning the prestigious Sixth Man of the Year award. But his contributions extended far beyond the box score. Harden had a knack for making big plays when they mattered most, whether it was a clutch three-pointer or a perfectly timed assist. The Thunder's youth and energy propelled them to the 2012 NBA Finals, a stage that seemed to mark the beginning of a dynasty. But waiting for them was a team that had already tasted heartbreak and was determined to seize the moment: LeBron James and the Miami Heat. For Harden, the finals were a harsh reality check. He struggled to find his rhythm, shooting just 37.5% from the field and averaging a mere 12.4 points per game. Miami won the series in 5 games, and Harden, who had been a rising star, suddenly found himself the scapegoat for Oklahoma City's loss. The criticism stung, but Harden wasn't one to dwell on failure. He used the disappointment as fuel, determined to prove his worth. However, his time with the Thunder was about to come to an unexpected end. Oklahoma City, facing financial constraints and unwilling to pay luxury taxes, offered Harden a contract extension that fell short of his expectations. Feeling undervalued, Harden was traded to the Houston Rockets just days before the 2012 to 2013 season began. For many players, a trade of this magnitude might have been a setback. For Harden, it was an opportunity, a chance to step out of Durant and Westbrook's shadows and show the world that he wasn't just a supporting player. He was ready to be the star. In his very first game with the Rockets, Harden delivered a performance that silenced any doubters. He scored 37 points, along with 12 assists, 6 rebounds, and 4 steals, a statement to the league that the beard had arrived. 2 nights later, he followed it up with a 45-point explosion. The message was clear: James Harden wasn't just a good player, he was a transcendent talent. Over the next few seasons, Harden transformed the Rockets into perennial playoff contenders. He became the face of the franchise, a player whose game was as mesmerizing as it was effective. With his signature step-back three, his uncanny ability to draw fouls, and his court vision that rivaled the league's best point guards, Harden redefined what it meant to be a scorer in the modern NBA. But as his star rose, so did the pressure. Could Harden translate his individual brilliance into team success? Could he lead the Rockets to the championship that had eluded them since the days of Hakeem Olajuwon? These questions would define the next chapter of his career, and the answers were anything but straightforward. James Harden's rise in Houston was nothing short of meteoric. With each season, his stats climbed, and his reputation as one of the most unguardable players in NBA history grew. The Rockets had bet big on him, and Harden was delivering. By the 2014 to 2015 season, he was no longer just a rising star. He was a bona fide MVP candidate. Harden finished that season averaging 27.4 points, 7 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game, leading the Rockets to 56 wins and their first appearance in the Western Conference Finals since 1997. But success didn't come without its challenges. The Western Conference Finals that year pitted Harden against the league's newest juggernaut, the Golden State Warriors, led by Stephen Curry. Harden was phenomenal, even recording a playoff career-high 45 points in Game 4. Yet, the Rockets fell short, losing the series in 5 games. Harden's 10 turnovers in the decisive Game 5 were a bitter reminder of how close, yet so far, the Rockets were from true contention. Despite the loss, Harden's star continued to ascend. In the following season, he averaged a career-high 29 points per game, firmly establishing himself as the focal point of Houston's offense. But the team struggled to find consistent success, exiting the playoffs in the first round. The burden of carrying the team was immense, and while Harden's offensive output was unmatched, questions about his leadership and defensive commitment began to surface. Enter Mike D'Antoni in the 2016 to 2017 season, a coach known for his offensive genius and a style that emphasized speed, spacing, and three-point shooting. It was a match made in basketball heaven. D'Antoni recognized Harden's unique skill set and made a bold decision. He would be the team's primary playmaker. Harden thrived in this new role, finishing the season as the league leader in assists while still scoring at an elite level. His 22 triple-doubles that season included jaw-dropping performances, like a 53-point, 17-assist, 16-rebound masterpiece against the Knicks. Yet again, Harden was in the MVP conversation, but the award eluded him as Russell Westbrook's historic triple-double season took center stage. The Rockets made it to the second round of the playoffs, but were ousted by the San Antonio Spurs in 6 games the series that ended with a lackluster performance from Harden, fueling criticism about his ability to shine in the biggest moments. Determined to elevate the Rockets to championship contention, the front office made a blockbuster move in 2017, trading for Chris Paul. Many doubted whether two ball-dominant stars could coexist, but Harden and Paul proved the skeptics wrong. The duo led Houston to franchise record 65 wins, securing the top seed in the Western Conference. Harden's individual brilliance shone brighter than ever. He finally earned the MVP award, averaging 30.4 points, 8.8 assists, and 5.4 rebounds per game. The stage was set for a showdown with the Warriors in the 2018 Western Conference Finals. For the first time in years, Golden State looked vulnerable. Houston took a 3-2 lead in the series, one win away from dethroning the reigning champions. But fate had other plans. Chris Paul suffered a hamstring injury at the end of Game 5, and without him, the Rockets couldn't close the deal. In Game 7, Houston infamously missed 27 consecutive three-pointers, a statistical anomaly that haunted the franchise and its fans. The Warriors advanced, leaving Harden and the Rockets heartbroken once more. The 2018 to 2019 season saw Harden reach new heights as an individual player. With Paul sidelined for much of the season, Harden embarked on an extraordinary scoring streak. He recorded 32 consecutive games with 30 or more points, including 61-point performances at Madison Square Garden and against the Spurs. His season average of 36.1 points per game was the highest in decades, putting him in the company of legends like Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. But as Harden's numbers soared, so did the scrutiny. Critics pointed to his reliance on drawing fouls and his high usage rate, questioning whether his style of play could translate into playoff success. And once again, the playoffs brought disappointment. The Rockets were eliminated by the Warriors for the 4th time in 5 years, cementing Golden State as Harden's kryptonite. James Harden had proven himself as one of the greatest offensive players of his generation, but the championship remained elusive. The question lingered. Could the Beard's brilliance ever lead to the ultimate prize? As the NBA landscape shifted and new challenges emerged, Harden faced the daunting task of evolving his game and his legacy. The end of the 2010s marked a turning point for James Harden. Despite his jaw-dropping individual accolades, the Rockets' inability to secure a championship led to significant changes. The 2019 offseason brought a blockbuster trade. Chris Paul was shipped to the Oklahoma City Thunder in exchange for Russell Westbrook, reuniting Harden with his former Thunder teammate. The move was controversial, with analysts questioning whether two ball-dominant stars could truly coexist. The experiment with Westbrook was a mix of brilliance and chaos. Harden adjusted his game to accommodate Westbrook's unique strengths, and for stretches of the 2019 to 2020 season, the duo seemed unstoppable. Houston committed fully to small ball, trading away their starting center, Clint Capella, and opting for a lineup where no player stood taller than 6'7". The Rockets embraced an ultra-modern style of play, heavy on three-pointers, quick transitions, and relentless isolation plays. Harden thrived in this environment, leading the league in scoring for the 3rd consecutive season with an average of 34.3 points per game. His ability to dismantle defenses remained unmatched. But while Harden's offensive genius kept the Rockets competitive, the limitations of small ball became evident in the playoffs. After dispatching the Thunder in a dramatic 7-game series, the Rockets faced the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round. LeBron James and Anthony Davis exploited Houston's lack of size, overpowering them en route to a 5-game series victory. The Lakers' dominance marked the beginning of the end for Harden's tenure in Houston. The 2020 offseason brought more turmoil as Westbrook requested a trade and was sent to Washington in exchange for John Wall. Frustrated by the franchise's direction, Harden made it clear he wanted out. What followed was a public and messy divorce. Harden arrived late to training camp, looked visibly out of shape, and gave a damning press conference in which he declared the Rockets just aren't good enough. Days later, he was traded to the Brooklyn Nets in a multi-team deal that shook the NBA. Joining forces with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn, Harden found himself on arguably the most talented roster of his career. The trio was hailed as a potential super team, capable of dominating the league. Harden wasted no time making an impact, seamlessly transitioning into the role of playmaker. His scoring took a slight dip, but his averages of 24.6 points, 10.9 assists, and 8.5 rebounds per game highlighted his evolution as a more complete player. The Nets' offense was a thing of beauty, but injuries derailed their championship aspirations. Durant, Irving, and Harden played just 8 games together in the regular season. In the playoffs, the injury bug struck again. Harden suffered a hamstring strain in the opening seconds of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Milwaukee Bucks. Although he returned later in the series, Harden was visibly hampered, playing through pain as the Nets lost a heartbreaking Game 7 in overtime. Harden's determination to fight through injury earned him respect, but the loss to Milwaukee was another bitter pill to swallow. The Bucks went on to win the championship, leaving Harden and the Nets wondering what could have been. As the 2021-2022 season began, the pressure on Brooklyn intensified. With Kyrie Irving sidelined due to his vaccination status and Durant shouldering a heavy load, Harden was once again asked to carry a significant burden. Though his numbers remained solid, whispers began to surface about whether Harden's prime was fading. His quickness seemed diminished, and his struggles to draw fouls under the NBA's new officiating rules became a talking point. The mid-season trade that sent Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers marked yet another chapter in his turbulent career. In Philadelphia, Harden teamed up with Joel Embiid, forming a dynamic duo with Sky High. Yet, as the series reached its climax in Game 7, Harden and the Sixers faltered. The Celtics dominated the decisive game, leaving Philadelphia's championship dreams in tatters. The loss reignited debates about Harden's ability to deliver in the playoffs. While his highs in the series showcased his undeniable talent, the lows served as a reminder of the challenges that had defined much of his postseason career. Harden's future with the Sixers became uncertain, and whispers of another potential trade began to circulate. As Harden faces the next chapter of his career, the questions surrounding his legacy remain. Is he still the player who can be the driving force behind a championship team? Or has his window to achieve ultimate glory closed? Despite the uncertainties, Harden's impact on the game is undeniable. He redefined what it means to be an offensive superstar in the modern NBA. His innovation, highlighted by the lethal step-back three-pointer, influenced a generation of players. Harden's mastery of the pick-and-roll, ability to draw fouls, and court vision revolutionized how the game is played. Off the court, Harden's personality and style made him a cultural icon. From his signature beard to his bold fashion choices, he became a recognizable figure worldwide. His philanthropy and connection to his hometown of Los Angeles and adopted cities like Houston further cemented his status as a beloved figure in the basketball community. As the NBA landscape continues to evolve, Harden's journey serves as a testament to the complexities of greatness. His career is a blend of awe-inspiring achievements, unfulfilled potential, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Whether or not he secures a championship, Harden's place in the pantheon of basketball legends is secure. His story is one of reinvention, innovation, and the enduring quest to etch his name in the annals of NBA history.